The Snoring Teddy Bear. Chapter 1. A New Friend. In a cozy house at the end of Maple Lane lived a cheerful 4-year-old girl named Mila. Mila loved many things painting with her fingers, building block castles, and dressing up as a butterfly princess. But most of all, she loved bedtime, because bedtime meant snuggles, stories, and stuffed animals. One rainy afternoon, Mila's grandma brought her a gift wrapped in soft pink tissue paper. Mila tore it open and gasped.
A teddy bear!
She squealed, hugging it tightly. The teddy bear had soft brown fur, a blue ribbon around its neck, and big shiny button eyes. He was squishy and warm, like he had a heart inside.
I found him in a tiny toy shop run by a kind old lady. She said his name is Snuffles, and he's very special.
Thank you, Grandma. He'll sleep with me every night.
And so, that night, Snuffles snuggled into Mila's arms as she drifted off to sleep. Chapter 2. Snore, snore. What was that? In the middle of the night, Mila stirred. A strange noise tickled her ears. Snore, puff, caw. Mila blinked in the dark.
What's that sound?
She turned on her nightlight, shaped like a little star. There was Snuffles, lying peacefully beside her bed. The sound was coming from him. Snore.
You're snoring.
Mila giggled. She poked his tummy gently, and the bear let out a soft little before continuing to snore. Mila covered her mouth to keep from laughing too loud.
You really are special.
Then, snuggling up with her snoring bear, she drifted back to sleep with a big smile. Chapter 3. Snoring Trouble. The next morning, Mila couldn't wait to tell her parents.
Mama, Papa, my teddy bear snores.
Her parents chuckled.
Maybe it was the wind.
Or maybe you were dreaming.
No, really, listen tonight.
But that night, when Mama came to listen, Snuffles was silent. Not a peep, just soft breathing from Mila. The next night, Papa tried. Still, Snuffles made no sound.
I guess he only snores when it's just you and him,
said Mama with a wink.
I think so. He's shy around grown-ups.
Chapter 4. Sleepover Surprise. One Friday, Mila's best friend Luna came for a sleepover. Mila showed her Snuffles and whispered,
He snores. Wanna hear?
A snoring bear? That's silly.
That night, after brushing their teeth and listening to a bedtime story about moon rabbits, the girls lay in bed. At first, all was quiet. Then, snore. Luna sat up.
Did you hear that?
It's Snuffles.
They both leaned in close. The snoring got louder.
He sounds like a tiny train.
They laughed so hard they woke up Mama.
Girls, what's all the noise?
Snuffles is snoring again.
Mama leaned in. Silence.
He must have stopped again.
As soon as Mama left, Snuffles let out the biggest snore yet. Grrr, snork. This time, even Luna had to hug her pillow to muffle her giggles. Chapter 5. The Secret of Snuffles. The next morning, Mila sat on her bed with Snuffles on her lap.
Why do you snore when no one else is looking?
Snuffles didn't answer. Of course. He was just a teddy bear, wasn't he? That night, she tried something new. She tiptoed out of bed and whispered into her toy chest.
If you're magical, I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Then she hugged Snuffles tight, gave him a kiss on his fuzzy head, and closed her eyes. That night, something amazing happened. Mila dreamed she was in a giant teddy bear forest, where all the teddy bears walked and talked. Some wore hats, some wore glasses, and all of them snored. Loudly. Snuffles took her paw and led her to a honey-colored tree. Mila, you're the first child to believe in the snoring forest in 100 years.
I knew you were special.
You have a big heart and a bright imagination. And that's what brings the snore magic to life. When Mila woke up, she was back in her bed. But Snuffles' ribbon was tied in a little bow just like in her dream. Chapter 6. A soft snore, a warm hug. From then on, Mila and Snuffles were the best of friends. Every night, he snored softly beside her like a gentle lullaby. Sometimes he snored like a bumblebee. Sometimes, like a tiny lion. And sometimes, when Mila had a hard day and couldn't sleep, Snuffles would snore just loud enough to make her giggle. She learned to love his funny sounds, and when her friends came for sleepovers, they'd all listen in delight. Mila even made a rule: only kind friends can hear Snuffles snore. Meanies won't hear a thing. And no one ever did, except the ones who believed. Chapter 7. Sweet Dreams Forever. One sunny day, Mila told her grandma everything. The snoring, the secret, the teddy bear forest. Grandma smiled with knowing eyes.
I thought he might still have some magic left. You must take good care of him.
I will.
Years later, even when Mila got older and started school, Snuffles never left her side. He traveled in her backpack, sat by her bed, and waited patiently during nap time. He still snored sometimes, especially on rainy nights. And even though Mila never told the grown-ups again, she knew in her heart that Snuffles was more than just a toy. He was a dream friend, a snoring, snuggly dream friend. And every night, just as her eyes began to close, she'd hear it snore, and she'd smile, whisper,
Good night, Snuffles.
and float into the happiest dreams.